Look at that stiff arm.
Getting this team ready for this first game. There's a third and 4. It's an interception.
When you come in against Derrick Henry, you better go low. Do not stand up with that man and let him just throw you out.
Breeze gets hit and taken down. Chance to the end zone. Touchdown.
What's going on, Tight Nation? Thank you for tuning into the Two-Tone Zone. I am your host, Mr. Two-Tone. And unfortunately, this evening, D. Weeze is still feeling under the weather, so he won't be able to join us this evening. But, folks, let's just send our prayers his way, that it's a fast recovery, and make sure that, his health is on his to-do list. It's on his priority, man. So take care of your health and start to feel better, bro. Thoughts and prayers coming out your way. But I am going to bring in my brother here, Scotto from H-Town. Going to bring him in real quick. Scotto, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Oh, man, blessed as always, man. Blessed going in, blessed coming out, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. I know Texans fans didn't quite get the outcome they wanted yesterday, but they definitely did give us a run for our money. Y'all Houston Texans, man, y'all came out there and gave us that challenge, man. Definitely gave us that opposition that wasn't going to let up. You know what I mean? We won 41-38, but everything was earned. Everything had to be earned for us, my man. So, hey, we are the AFC South champions, though. We do have Derrick Henry now part of a very, very small club, one of eight players to have 2,000 yards rushing. So, shout out to that man and his accolades, and a bunch of records that the Tennessee Titans have made, and shout out to AJ Brown for reaching 1,000 yards yesterday. So, I'm just all excited, man. I'm stuttering, man. So I apologize, man. Hey, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on yesterday's game, man? I know you were excited for a little bit.
Oh yeah. First of all, I want to say I hope all you Titan fans took y'all blood pressure medicine. You know what I mean? Because
oh man,
I know y'all heart stopped for a little while. You know what I mean? So it was a good game, man. But with the coaching for sure. It took us out the game, man. Because I like I said on the last podcast with you, we got a chance, man, and the coaching really didn't pull it out, man. Because it was just a lot of bonehead decisions, man. Like I told, it was a cover 3 with 15 seconds left. Who does that, man?
It actually looked like quarters. It actually looked like quarters coverage. I don't know. I watched it a few times, man, and I was listening to AJ Brown. In the press conference, he was like, he thought they were going to give him cover 3, but they gave him quarters, man. So he knew, right out the gate that he was going to get that rock.
His eyes got big, man. So,
right,
I blame that on coaching, and especially Romeo Crennel, man, because he's supposed to be the defensive guru, man, and you pick that, with 15 seconds left, you got to drive down the field. And you choose that, man. I'm unhappy, and it's time for him to go. So, I'm not worried about it, man. We're gonna be all right next year, man. But that hurt, man.
Y'all be all right. Y'all be all right, man. Y'all be all right. I know y'all didn't anticipate finishing the season 4-12, but under the circumstances, it's a rebuild year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, man. Real quick. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, my brother, but I just wanted to thank everybody who's tuning in right now. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share the video. Shout out to my man Mark from Titan Upload, man. It definitely is playoff week, so there's gonna be a lot of interesting games going on that we have to pay attention to. We got the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. We got the Ravens, man. So it's our 3rd meeting in the calendar year. So they definitely salty, bro.
You can't be mad. I know they upset. Because that's exactly, if I want to play somebody, that's who y'all want to play, man. Y'all the one team that's going to take them out of what they do, man. So, hey, congratulations to the Titans, man. That's all I'm going to say about.
That's bro. You right, man. You're kind of cutting out a little bit, man. But it looks like we got Steph from Sports Choice Plus that I'm gonna bring in here. Looks like you want to stop in and say what's up and give his spiel on yesterday's game. Let me bring him back quick.
Yes, sir. Welcome in, guys. Congratulations to the Titans for being the AFC South champs.
So can you hear me, man? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're frozen right now. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
What's going on, brother?
What's good? What's good?
Man, what's going on, man?
Oh,
salute, man.
So first off, I want
to
say
appreciate that, man.
It was a big effort by the Texans. They didn't have a lot to play for, but when you saw the effort, the energy, you knew J.J. Watt, what he said was going to get through to a couple of people. You saw Deshaun Watson. It was maybe two different plays where the Titans had him basically in the sack. And he spun, he'll take a step, he'll pivot, and then the kid is just amazing. So the Texans have their quarterback for the next decade.
Yes, sir.
They do, definitely.
I hope that they can put an offensive line around him that protects him a little better. And I hope they can – I know you're probably not going to find another D-Hop, but it seems like the Texans somehow find generational talent at wide receiver. If you look at Andre Johnson, you look at D-Hop, they got a good track record. But overall, you know, it was just one of those crapshoot games. And when Derrick Henry, they rode his back literally to the finish line. And you look at Brown was sensational. But Vrabel and them, they have their work cut out for them this week. And you just got to think, man. This is, if no other playoffs, I think this is the most up in the air playoffs because it's either KC or everybody else at this point. I can't remember the last time a playoffs was like this. Remember when the Patriots were undefeated with Randy Moss and Wes Welker and Hernandez?
Yeah,
that was the last time it felt like this. But then they didn't end up winning. So it's just like Kansas City has a lot of holes in their team, as we're seeing. So it's anybody's game at this point.
Yeah.
You know, hey, man, coming from a Titans fanatic, like I said, we're going to be playing through February. And so whoever is put in front of us, whoever the op is, we're going to be ready for them, man. Like I said, we're not going to take any team lightly. So, you know, I know our defense did not look the best yesterday, but, you know, we did force a turnover, right? We did force a turnover. And we got to Deshaun Watson 4 times. So for us, that's solid, man. So we're hopefully bringing it into the inflow. And again,
so let me ask you this. As far as adjustments
on Sunday, because that's our next. Scotto, what are your thoughts like moving forward? Like, who would you like to see?
Man, like I said on the last podcast, man, I'm excited to see if we can get Dabo in there. You know what I mean? I feel like we need a coach.
Realistically, though, who do you think?
Well, I'm that's realistic, man, because Dabo, what Clemson did. It's time for him to move on, man, because you know in college football. You have coaches that come around, they do what they do for their tenure, and then it's time for them for that next guy to come up. You know what I mean? I feel like Dabo, it's time for that next step for him, man, and that's how I feel. And also that the offensive coach from the Kansas City Chiefs too, man, because he's up. A lot of guys are talking about him right now. I can't remember his name right now. I'm talking about him. Yeah.
Hey, they're talking about that our offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith. They're talking about that he might be an option, man, for as a potential head coach in the NFL. So I mean, as far as that goes for us, I don't like that at all. You know what I mean? I definitely want him to stay within our system. I feel like I've been harping on him a lot, for his play calling. That's happened. I've been, had a lot of questions and concerns about it, but I do got to give that man his credit for yesterday. Yesterday, I felt like he drew up a beautiful script for our key offensive players to have success. Starting from Tannehill to Derrick Henry, Corey Davis, and AJ Brown. That game was set up for Tannehill to go for 4,000 yards, for Derrick Henry to get his 2K. For AJ Brown to get his 1,000 and for Corey Davis to get 1,000. Unfortunately, Corey Davis didn't get his 1,000, He had a lot of drops, had a lot of opportunities to do so, but I feel like I don't want to say it, Scotto, but that could be a person that y'all might want to look at too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Arthur Smith.
We got to get somebody that can fit around Deshaun Watson. That's at the bottom line. You got to have a coach that can actually like cater to his skill set. And when you bring in a coach that you got to be particular on who you bring in, man, because you got to make that guy happy. So
for sure.
That's all I care about. You know what I mean? Because Deshaun Watson is the future. He's the truth. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people talk about Patrick Mahomes, but you know, and leave him out the conversation because you know Bill O'Brien, and you know, we already started getting Bill O'Brien up out of there. So you know what I mean? It's time to you know start it all over for sure. Hit the reset button. As far as coaching,
reset button for sure, man.
So if I'm
real quick, I didn't mean to cut you off, Steph. I gotta add D Weeze, man. I had D Weeze wake up from the dead, man. D Weeze is coming in, y'all. Hey, shout out to my brother, man. Hold on one second. What's good? What's up, man?
What's going on?
How you feeling, bro?
Welcome in, D.
Man, I've been battling a bug, man. You know, I'm happy to feel better. I'm happy you guys gentlemen are here. Happy for my boy Two-Tone holding me down. You know, God is good. I gotta say that first and foremost, man. I appreciate y'all. Sports Choice Plus, Scotty, H-Town. What's up? I see you, boy.
Yes,
Two-Tone, man. Let's go, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm just
not a whole lot, man.
Oh, there we go. Hey, I didn't think I was going to make it on tonight. You know, I feeling a little bit better tonight. So, hey, man, I appreciate y'all holding me down. I'm back. Let's get it going, baby. Let's get it going.
What's that shirt say behind you, Scotto?
Don't make the Texans.
Hey, Steph, man, I cut you off like twice, bro. Steph, my bad, bro. Go ahead and say what you were saying, man. I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
So as far as the coachings go, and this is specifically for the Texans, the last two coaches you've had have catered towards the offense. I would suggest looking at coaches like Jim Caldwell. I would look at Northwestern's coach in Fitzgerald in college. I would even give a look at Harbaugh in Michigan. Some of these coaching, don't get me wrong, my offensive coordinator, I want him to be handcuffed to Deshaun Watson as far as his growth, his development, their bonding. That's what I feel. I feel the Texans need more of an overall head coach, not an offensive coordinator, because you got to think, under Kubiak, y'all had one of the best offenses of all time. When you had Arian Foster, you had Johnson, Matt Schaub. It's so many different dynamics of a football team that I think you need somebody that's going to play almost like a mediator, if you will, because Deshaun Watson, he's not the issue. So therefore, when you bring somebody in, have somebody with a strong background that can say, hey, I'm going to delegate this to you. You hire an offensive coordinator, let him do the OC work. Let him sit together in the offseason with Deshaun Watson and say, look, what do you do well? What do you enjoy about the offense? You know, and come up with your game plan. Because the wide receivers that they got with Houston, you can't really count on Fuller. With him getting suspended or him getting hurt. And again, it sucks that they gave up D-Hop because that's a generational talent. But, you know, you can't go wrong with Bahimi, but you got to ask yourself, how much is that as Andy Reid calling the plays versus him actually calling the plays? Because when you look on the sideline, you see Andy Reid with the Waffle House menu. He's calling everything under the sun. So, I mean, it's just one of those things just to think about. I would rather
variations and combinations.
Smothered and covered.
My thing about that though is when you talked about Kubiak, we didn't have a good old line back then. It was zone. It was zone blocking. So when you run the ball, run around, play action, that's why we had those big plays back then, and that's why that offense was big back then. So but Kubiak was smart enough to know what he had, you know, what he had to play with, and he catered to that. You know what I mean? And that's why I say Deshaun Watson too much is using the magic that he has already. How long can that last in the NFL? We've seen a lot of quarterbacks, young quarterbacks that got, I mean, awesome quarterbacks, but they get broke up because, you know what I mean, they taking these big hits. And the offense, they just doing what they do. You know what I mean? So I understand what you're saying, but you got to have some kind of way to protect Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? You don't want him to be one of those quarterbacks that plays 7 years and they're not the same person anymore. So I definitely understand what you're saying, but you got to have an offense catered to Deshaun Watson for sure. Like Tennessee, y'all got an offense catered to Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? That's y'all strong.
Deshaun Watson had a punctured lung dealing with.
Exactly. And like you said, it starts with offensive line, but that coach has to cater to his strengths and try to keep him healthy, man, through the season. So
the don't matter text.
we play better when we're playing with a balance.
Hey,
we play better when we have that balanced offense, man. When it's a variation, a combination of that run game and pass game. So we definitely got those options, man. I mean, shout out to Tannehill yesterday, though. D-Weez, I know you were happy and pleased with that, man. 2 rushing touchdowns.
Hey, I was sick. They brought me up. I was like, you remember Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Remember the original one when the grandpa was sick in the bed, and then he was like, "Come on, I got the golden ticket." I was like, "We got the AFC Championship. Let's go, let's go."
Hey, Micro Mike, man, what's going on, bro?
What's up, Mike? ISN proud, baby.
Yep, shout out to all our brothers over at Infinite Sports Network. Definitely hold it down. Definitely, man. Let's see. Let's get into the comments real quick. LGRW chimed in. Thank you for tuning in, my guy. Definitely tighten up, man. All day, every day. Deshaun Watson is an elite quarterback. I think they should get the 49ers defensive coordinator for the new head coach. I mean, that would not be a bad look at all.
Yeah. He's a player's coach. He's a player's coach. And them when you got a player's coach team, they follow behind their coach, man. And they gonna ride for him. So I like that too.
No, for sure, man. Definitely ride for him. I just hope we can retain Arthur Smith. Like I said, I know I was just talking about it a second ago, but I was questioning, man. But the way he drew up that script yesterday, I definitely want. Hopefully, we can retain that man and keep that that synergy and that confidence we have in the locker room within him. Well, what are your thoughts on that, D-Weez, man? You think we're gonna be able to retain Arthur Smith?
There's too many teams that want him. There's 6 teams that want him.
Yep.
There's 6 teams that want him. All the teams that got rid of their coaches, they're looking right at Arthur Smith. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we got to make sure that we do retain that man. He's going to have a good incentive to be like, hey, next year we're going to come back and do the same thing. But, it might be time for him to, to go flap his wings somewhere else. He's been good to us. The King's been really good to him, if you can say that. I mean, Mr. Henry himself, I mean, he built up a resume for Arthur Smith. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, there's too many teams that want him right now. Hey, when it's hot, you got to take it. Hey, that's how it is, baby.
We'll see what's up, man. I think
you think he has that loyalty to us? You think he's going to stay loyal to us?
I think he will. He's a Tennessee boy from the jump. He's from Memphis, okay. And you take away Derrick Henry, he's one of one. You take away AJ Brown, Corey Davis is in your first. Like, is he gonna have that same success in another offense, or just as a head coach of another franchise of another team? Yeah. I don't know. So it might be too early to call, man. I hope we can retain him. That's my thought. Hey, Dion, what's going on, man? What's going on? I'm just reading the chats real quick.
All right, what's up, Dion? Shout out to Dion.
Hey, Scotto.
Too. Let's go.
Scotto, is this your people right here? IMT too?
Hey, it's a lot of Texans in here, man. I'm just gonna put it like that.
You brought Texas with you, huh? You brought Texas with you, man. I'm glad I hopped on, man.
Hey, man, we're gonna keep it trio, man.
That's a big old state to bring with you, man.
Just to chime in,
man. Hey, shout out to H-Town, man.
Just to chime in, as far as assistants go, you're going to start seeing a lot of assistants not take certain head coaching jobs. If you look at the New York Jets job, you look at Jacksonville job, dead-end jobs where you're only going to get a basic amount of support, you won't really have a lot of say-so in those situations. So he possibly could stay with the Titans because as of right now, you don't see a job as just like, damn, I got to take that job.
Yeah, it ain't no. Yeah, you're right.
It's not. And then you got to look when you get there.
You would take that Jacksonville job? You would take that Jaguars job?
No. Because what you got to realize is Doug Marrone, when he took the job, had a loaded roster. Remember, when he took that job,
did.
they picked up Leonard Fournette, they picked up Jalen Ramsey,
Right.
and
Saxonville.
He lost control.
Jacksonville.
Remember, they signed the guy from the Broncos, the defensive tackle, what is his name? That was with the Broncos when they won the Super Bowl. Calais Campbell. They had a lot of people, and then all of a sudden he just lost control. You had people going over his head to the owner. So if you're the coach, you don't have any say. So it's like the Cowboys. So it's just some of these jobs is not worth it. The Texans would be a job that I would go for, but they gave away all their draft capital. You don't have a lot, so it doesn't make that Deshaun Watson feel as spectacular. Imagine if they had their draft pick still. That would be a heck of a job.
Yeah.
So
But in the next 3 years, hey, but you can change that around fast though, because JJ, guarantee we about to get rid of him. You know what I mean? And other moves,
what will
man.
you get for him though? What will you get for him though?
You can get a good player in the second and third round.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't see JJ as that guy anymore. I see him as a transitional rusher on third down, second downs. Remember how what's his face turned out? Julius Peppers turned out. Not when he was playing. I'm talking about his very last stop, not Carolina, but right before that.
Green Bay.
Green Bay, not Chicago, not where he was still busting through. But when you got to Green Bay, they used him in a. He didn't even play 50% of the defensive snaps. He was there like when it was obvious where you got a pass rush situation.
But in the right situation and the right team, they're gonna give up a player in their locker room for JJ Watt, man. They'll give us some draft picks. Not the first round. Not a first round, but I'm saying, yeah, exactly. And that's what I said on the last podcast. You know what I mean? So we'll see. It's other moves like other moves we can make for sure, man. It's football, bro. You can find gems anywhere. You know what I mean?
My question, my next question is for D Weez, man. Just talking about being able to retain folks that are part of the team and the synergy and the feng shui, shall I say. Malcolm Butler, man, he's going to be looking to come up on maybe a renewal, man, or something. So what do you think will happen with his contract? Do you think we'll pick it up and pay him the money, man? I think we should. He's been balling out, man.
I won't have a comment on that until I see him play in these playoffs.
Okay.
I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens versus the Ravens, first of all, and then depending on what happens, I want to see what happens. I mean, you can reward the gentleman, but I mean, if we're going to give him a big contract like we did before, I want to make sure that he earns it. I want to make sure he's that number one lockdown corner because Adore's right on him. Adore was playing well on Sunday.
Adore was playing well for sure.
Adore was playing well on Sunday. Yeah.
Christian Fulton was out there too, We definitely got sliced up. How was it that not to
give AJ Brown the contract? Pay AJ Brown now.
Definitely pay AJ, but
pay him now.
But let's talk about our defense though. Let's talk about that because our defense is what we need to focus on. Just being that we blew that lead that we had yesterday. We blew it. We had three main primary targets that we had to look out for, and we knew it going in. Deshaun Watson. Contain him to the best you can. Then you have Brandon Cooks and David Johnson. Those were our three assignments on defense, and we couldn't handle that.
And he had a touchdown that didn't get called a touchdown. You know what I mean? So
right. That was definitely a touchdown.
That was a touchdown.
But he got paid yesterday. He got his 1,000 yards. You know what I mean? But he definitely had some pivotal drops that could have changed the outcome of the game yesterday. So,
Yep.
Hey, shout out to Brooks Reed, man. I know I've been hard on him on the show, man, but he got a sack yesterday.
You've been hard, man. We was eating on the sack. Finally, we got some sacks, got some interceptions. We's good, baby.
Right.
He's looking good.
Yep. Landry got a sack. King got a sack. Jack Crawford got a sack. We have 4 sacks total yesterday, my guy, which is good.
That. Hey, Scotto's over here like, I don't want to hear that. I don't.
No, this is the two-tone zone, man. You gotta hear it.
Hey, wake that man up. Wake him up. Wake him up, baby.
Oh man. Hey, shout out to
man.
everybody watching the show right now. Shout out to everybody, yo.
Man.
Shout out to everybody
man.
tuning in. Hit that like button. Share the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much, guys, for allowing us to make this possible. And just the show isn't the same without all you guys that support. We're nothing without you.
Exactly.
Guys, man. And Scotto, thanks for
1,000%.
coming on again, bro. Definitely appreciate you, man. Had a good time last time.
I get to see D Weeze in the building. Man, man.
Right.
Hey, I watched the show last time, man. I was upset with myself, man. I was like, man, I wish I would have been on, man. Then I was like, I seen you on the night again. I was like, I gotta get on, man. I gotta get on.
Hey, I turned it down last one just because you wasn't there. I was trying to save it for the day. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I appreciate you, boss. Always, man. Good, always, man. Hey. And hey, big things coming for the Texans too, though, man. Hey, Deshaun Watson, man, elite, man. That boy is bad, man. You could tell, man. Hey, you just put little pieces around him, and he'll make it work. Yeah. He don't need much, man.
He had Kute and Brandon Cooks looking awesome yesterday, man.
Yep, Brandon Cooks. He's the only receiver with Brandon Marshall to have 1,000 yards with 4 different teams.
Right.
Yep.
And Deshaun made that happen for him. Kudos to them, man.
Kiki QT was cutting up yesterday, man. He almost had 100 yards. Man. You know what I mean? He had he had 6 catches for 90 yards. Real athletic dude. Definitely shows you some variations and some different skill sets, man. Combination. David Johnson.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he put his signature name too, man.
He did, man. He had 84 yards, 14 carries rushing, and three catches for 36 yards. He definitely was a factor out of that backfield catching the football. Hey, John, what's going on, John? What's going on? Shout out to my player, John, my basketball player on my basketball team. Thanks for tuning in, bro.
Hopkins, but you know what I mean. I'll take it, man. You know what I mean.
Man, I feel bad for Hopkins, man. You know them boys. Hey, man, the Cardinals, if they would have won too, they would have been in. And Murray went out early, and it was just, it was down. It was down from there.
Yep. Hey, man, congratulations to the Titans, man. Y'all ain't won a AFC championship in a while, man. So I'm
12 years.
Since 2008.
Since
2008.
Is it 13 years because it was in the new year, or is it just 12 years because of 2008? How do you consider that?
The 13th year. Going into the 13th year. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not a full one. Hey, but it don't matter, man. It don't matter, man. Good things take time. Good things take time. Hey, so my prediction at the beginning of the season was Tampa Bay and the Titans in the Super Bowl. But I'm gonna go ahead and retract that prediction, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Packers and the Tennessee Titans in the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay this year.
In Tampa.
That's my prediction. In Tampa, that's my bold prediction, man. I'm sticking with that one. Take that one all the way to the bank, man.
All right.
All the way to the bank. Hey, D Wiz, I got a question for you, man.
What's up, Two-Tone?
Corey Davis, man. Corey Davis had the opportunity to go for 1,000 yards yesterday and make some big game-changing plays.
11 targets, 5 receptions, 39 yards. What's going on there, bro? He dropped that first big pass.
Right. He had about 5 drops yesterday. So with that being said, I know we were talking about do we pay that man when it's time to pay that man. I think now we have some leverage, but I do know other teams are going to be able to they're going to be willing to offer him that bag. Do you think?
Right.
Do you think we'll be able to retain him, and you think that we should pay him? I mean, definitely what he's worth. We definitely want to undercut him, but do you think that moving forward, he's definitely worth that money?
It's tough. We got a double-headed dragon. We got A.J. Brown, who we can leverage with, like you were saying. He can be our number one, and we got Jonnu Smith, who can play receiver and tight end. So, when it comes down to it, I think it comes down to, does he want to be the man on the team, or does he just want to play his role, right? Because we've seen with A.J. Brown making that big catch yesterday for us to win the game, you could tell who Tannehill's favorite target is starting to become, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I think if Corey Davis wants to play his role, he's gonna stay with the team. If he wants to be the man, I think he's gone. He might go Arthur Smith somewhere. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm not sure if you remember our conversation from the other night on the chop up session with Tennessee Titans Weekly, and Mark from Titan Upload brought up that Corey Davis is going to be gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm kind of starting to think that might be true. Just with him dropping all those balls yesterday, and then previously in other games, I just think it's going to be hard for us to truly negotiate. Because I feel like we do have the leverage, and there are going to be those other teams that are going to throw him the bag. You know what I'm saying? So he might just take that bag and run with it. He might just take that bag and run with it.
You might as well get paid. I mean, I would hate to see him go. Hey, he was the fastest receiver coming out the combine when we picked him up.
Right.
He was big 6. Was he? I don't know. I forgot if he was.
Yeah, definitely.
But we got him late though. But man, it'd be sad.
Ebony, not to discredit his hands, he's definitely an asset for us rather than a liability. But it's a business, so we definitely got to check our pockets and make sure it makes sense.
He's starting to remind me of Demaryius Thomas. You remember Demaryius Thomas?
Don't put that curse on that, man.
I'm not. But you remember what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, though.
I do remember what you're talking about. Don't put that curse on him, man.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby?
Right. Don't you put that evil on me. Oh, that's funny. Hey, folks, don't forget to tune in to Titan Upload tomorrow. We're going to be on the show with multiple Titans YouTubers. So it's going to be a hot show. Make sure you tune into that. Make sure you hit that like button. Real quick, Steph, tell the folks where they can find you, man. Yo, Steph, you hear me?
Oh, it's a delay. I can hear you now.
Okay.
Sports Choice Plus, YouTube / Sports Choice Plus. And I want to see you guys do the breakdowns of the playoffs. Every single game. I think y'all probably got some good insight.
Right.
I really want to hear what D Weeze has to say because he been sick a couple of days. So
man,
I'm just telling you, I would say save it.
Lot of good things coming. A lot of football this weekend. 3-3. I like it a lot. Honestly,
I want to sit back and listen to you guys and listen to what you guys are going to say as far as how each of these games are going to break down.
What do you think? What game? Let me ask before we even break it down. Which game do you fellas think is going to be the most competitive game out of all 6?
The most competitive game I feel like is going to be the Steelers-Browns. I feel like Stefanski had a game plan going into that game. He felt like he could beat that team, and they didn't really put their foot on the gas pedal like they could. Because if you look at it, Mason Rudolph is not anywhere close to Big Ben. So they won the game by 2 points. So imagine the swing of points when Big Ben is there. Yeah. I just think that right now he held his cards close to his chest, and when they play next week, it's going to be all hell breaking loose. And Pittsburgh has to be careful because in these divisional games, these teams know you better than any other teams in the league. So it's different. Someone can take all week and just focus on your strengths. Everything you do is going to come and show itself eventually. Imagine if the Pittsburgh Steelers dropped 6 balls in this game. That could be the difference between, a 6-point swing and anything happening. So Juju is on notice, Big Ben's on notice, and if they drop passes in this game, you could see Mike Tomlin on the chopping block. Them stumbling. I'm just saying, look at it like this. Look at how many coaches are getting fired this year. When you look at Adam Gase getting fired,
not Tomlin though.
I'm telling you, because what that's going to show, Juju is starting to turn out like AB a little bit. That locker room is showing and rearing its head that he can't control the locker room. Think about this for a second. 2 different types of teams. When he had AB started doing stupid stuff like this. When he had Le'Veon Bell started doing whatever he wanted to do.
Right.
At some point,
man. That's bold.
Wow.
Bold. Hey, James Pennington, what's up, my man? Thanks for tuning in, bro.
What's up, James? Good to see you, man. What's going on? Glad you're here, bro.
I know one thing. If the Bears lose in the first round, Nagy's gone.
Oh, definitely. What are the Bears even doing in the playoffs, man? Hey, that's crazy.
I don't know how that happened.
Scotto, man, what was your favorite part of yesterday's game, man?
When Henry was coming down in the fourth quarter,
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, that was beautiful, man. That was beautiful.
Oh, we almost went for a perfect game with Henry.
I know, man.
We almost
Everybody heart stopped in Tennessee, I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah.
Who was that? That was Cunningham, man. He didn't even know where he was at.
Yeah, I can't even think of his name right now. It wasn't Cunningham.
It was Cunningham. I'm pretty sure.
Was it Cunningham?
I'm pretty sure it was Cunningham.
Yeah.
He didn't even, man, that was all luck, man. That was we definitely have a miraculous history as far as Tennessee Titans go, but we definitely have our series of unfortunate events, and that's one of them right there. D-Weez, man. Hey, D-Weez, what was your favorite part of the game yesterday, bro?
My boy Sloman, Ricochet.
Right. hey, so I know Scotto knows what I'm talking about. He plays basketball. Hey, off the glass, man. Tim Duncan.
Man, that was one of them. You know how when the ball was on top of the backboard and then it just that's what that was, man.
Man,
I was listening to him in the press conference, man. That young man has a lot of confidence. He said, "Hey, when it came off my foot, I knew it was good. I was confident about it. So it's good to see that young man's confidence, man. Who knows? He might have to use him moving forward, depending on how Gostkowski recovers.
Any of us would say that if it went in, if it didn't go in, then you know what I mean.
Nah, I'm an honest guy, man. I think I'd have been like, man, I didn't feel good about that one. I don't know. Yeah. He was confident. He said, that was the first time. That was his first game winner. His first game winner ever. This first time he's ever been put in that situation. So there had to be some type of confidence. His first kick, he booted it all the way at the end of the end zone, man. Booted it all the way out. So I was like, okay, he got a nice little leg, man.
No, he got
And those were his longest field goals he's ever made. Because the longest one going into that game was 43 yards. So, him stepping up and making those field goals, I was like, man, I don't know what's going to happen. But, to win that AFC championship, that's what meant more to me.
AFC South.
AFC South championship. When Henry got the 2K, I was loving it. But we were still in a close game. It was too close for comfort.
Yeah.
So
that's just the icing on the cake. We talked about it. You know what I mean? That's just dessert. We got the dub. We got the AFC South. So that was what we needed to get. That was the how we finish our plate, how we finish our dinner. The accolade, the 2K, the 1K, all the records, all that. That's all extra, man. My bad, Scotto. Go ahead and finish up, brother. Go ahead and finish up.
I just want to make a point from that last podcast. I was the closest. You know what I mean? When we came up with the score of the game.
Hey, man, I was gonna get there, bro.
You ain't step hold my Texans, man. You know what I mean? And I just want to make a point, man. You know what I mean? Y'all made it way more than I told y'all, man. It's a rivalry, man. We're gonna come out and play. You know what I mean? They did.
I wasn't surprised. I was not surprised, man.
That second half, we put up a lot of points, man. Nobody expected it, man.
That fumble, that fumble was that game changer. That was a whole momentum shift right there.
Yeah, exactly. So
I just don't know how the Titans let them get down there with 18 seconds left and they make that field goal to tie the game up. I was like, oh, here we go again, part 2. Yeah. Oh, I was like, man, really? I was like, really? Y'all let them come down here and make that field goal on us? Like, oh.
I mean, we at home, man. You know what I mean? When you at home, man, anything can happen, bro.
It was like what, 51-yarder that he made too? Oh,
man, I said it on Saturday's show. I hope the game didn't come down to a field goal. Just with his lack of experience, and I just was hoping that it didn't come down to it, man. But hey, I say it all the time, man. Jesus is a Titans fan. Tighten up. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta carry us through these Ravens.
Definitely, man. Hey, I don't want to end this show without talking about Tannehill, though, my man. Man, just his ability to stay within the confines of the offense and make it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely stayed under the 30 passes. 30. And that's where he's most successful is when he stays in that realm. He definitely made some great plays with his legs too, man. He doesn't get a lot of credit for that, man. So I definitely want to give that man his flowers and his kudos, man. He did his thing yesterday.
38 yards.
I don't know if anybody else under center could have done that in such a beautiful fashion, man. What are your thoughts, D-Wee? What are your thoughts, D-Wee?
38 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Some call him the fastest man on the field when he played the Packers. I don't know. But hey, we'll take it though. We would take it. We would take it. Hey, Tannehill, 2 rushing touchdowns. He had like 103 QB rating yesterday, went 66%. You know, he kept it simple, and we came out with the victory.
Right.
He earned his contract. He earned his contract this year. I'll tell you that.
Man, hey, he went out there. He said he got the play call. 15 seconds left, but went out there, got the play call. They said throw it up to AJ.
Just throw it up.
Beautiful ball. I know Scotto over there a little salty about it. So we're gonna have to let Scotto chime in real quick, man, because he don't sound like he
I thought he overthrew him.
Nah, that was beautiful.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought he overthrew him. Like I was watching, I thought he overthrew him. I was like, oh no.
17's a factor, man, but I know Scotto got something to say.
Nah, I'm just saying, you got Derrick Henry back there. Anyone else can play quarterback out here. Anybody out here right now. You got Henry running the ball, man. We can do everything that Tannehill did. My thing is, you can't trust Tannehill in the big games, man. Y'all got to run. You said you stand under 30.
Yeah.
You run the ball as much as y'all do. Of course, you're gonna stay up under 30.
Well, that's because that's when we're better, when we're balanced.
Exactly.
You know, we have that option.
If
he's getting to where he's throwing 30 plus, man, I'm nervous. Just to be honest, as much as he throws those balls in tight windows and him being a one read type of quarterback, yeah, I'm definitely nervous. Yeah. So
that's my point. Your offense is one dimensional.
I'm gonna tell you.
Let's say Derrick Henry goes out the game. What do you do?
I was just about to say that, Scotto. No other running back got a rushing attempt yesterday. Only Henry and Tannehill were the rushers. No other running back.
That was by design, so he can get 2,000 yards.
Exactly.
I mean, he got 34 attempts, of course. But what I'm saying is, you got to mix them, man. Darrington Evans, come on, McNichols, get him in there, man. We better go to the playoff. If Henry goes down, what are we gonna do? This man ain't God. He's the king. He's not God, you know.
I agree, but Arthur Smith drew up an incredible script. He set it up for everybody to eat. Everybody was supposed to eat yesterday. He gave everybody the cheat.
Let me get my pen. Hold on. Let me get my pen.
It was a beautiful script. It was a beautiful script. But look, check this out. Y'all was playing against a Texas defense. In the playoffs, y'all not playing against no defense like that, man. Which is
fine. Which is why I know, hey. After tonight's show, Scotto, I'm watching film on the Ravens. I'm trying to find the ins and outs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear it all the time. You hear it all in sports. You hear it all the time.
They took care of them Bengals pretty well.
Keep in mind,
the next game's bigger than the next. Every single time
you're facing. You have a loaded defense you're facing.
Yes, sir.
That defense is not the defense. That defense in Baltimore is not the same defense that started this season.
Yes, sir.
With Calais Campbell feeling a lot better, them getting them corners back. And if you look at it, the Tennessee Titans kind of have an unfair matchup because they should be playing somebody else. Because the Ravens technically, they got the badge. They're in a division where 3 teams made the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking at this here, you got to think they beat COVID 2 or 3 times this year. They struggled with the OC acting up. Remember when he was calling all kind of crazy plays and before Lamar Jackson, and then for them to have the infighting where their own teammates are fighting each other. And now with Lamar Jackson, he's saying, "Damn all this, I'm just gonna run the ball every play if I have to." And then Dez Bryant is the X factor.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
No, but I'm saying Dez Bryant is going to be the X factor in this game because what he gives is that veteran leadership. He has somebody that he can throw a 50-50 ball to. Ooh. Hollywood Brown's not big enough for that. Not trying to disrespect him. He's a smaller wide receiver. Right, if you get in that red zone, think about this. Lamar Jackson has never turned the ball over in the red zone. He's undefeated. I mean, it's perfect right there. 45-0 or something like that. And if he decides, look, it's not there, I'm going to the first read and I'm going, there's not a defense that can stop him from getting a first down. He's realizing I don't have to go 80.
We've done that, man.
It's a different
twice
step.
already this year. We've done that on a big stage, on a COVID-stricken Baltimore Ravens team. Like, so we're not too worried about it, man. Like, he's not sound in the pocket. And I know we'll at least get enough pressure on him to where he has to use his legs, but we'll be able to cut him down, man. We have a game plan for him.
So what you're seeing is he's realizing. Remember that season Michael Vick had that MVP type season where he's realizing I don't have to get 80 yards of play. I just need to get 10 yards. Dobbins behind him is starting to pick up the pace. Andrews is starting to play better and block better. Hollywood Brown, they're only feeding him basically besides Dez in the red zone. Willie Snead is starting to block down the field more. This team has caught their second wind. I'm
worried about Mark Andrews.
He had 96 yards last time we played him.
I'm worried about Mark Andrews.
That was a different ball team when y'all played though.
Marquise Brown had 3 targets, zero catches.
He had drops. He had a few drops.
That was a different team when y'all played him though.
Oh man. Hey, let's not spoil our pregame show for the Ravens. Let's not spoil it because it's already getting heated, man. Hey, but this is the preview. Make sure y'all tune in for that. It's already getting heated, right? I love it.
I got you. Yeah,
I love it, man. Yeah, man. Just moving forward, like it's a huge game for us. So we'll definitely be pinpointing what we need to take care of and what we need to focus on, man. And that's getting the dub and moving on to next week. But yeah, I wanted to talk about some potential injuries though for the Titans. I know D Weed, I know you've seen Aaron Brewer came in for Roger Saffold. That's a concern for our offensive line.
Yes.
Definitely a concern. And I know you were concerned when you seen AJ Brown go down on his first catch of the game.
Yes, of course. First off, hey, shout out to that O-line. I mean, I know we haven't been on their side the whole year, but to have a 2,000-yard rusher,
right? Well, my thing is, the only time we've ever gave them any type of static is when we're talking about the pass rush. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can run block all day, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry over 2,000 yards, but it's just that pass rush.
Right.
And we need them to at least sustain a pass rush coming in for Tannehill to be able to get the ball out when he wants to get it out, when it's supposed to be out, not earlier, not late. It has to be on time. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely concerned about Roger Saffold moving forward. So I'll definitely have your eyes and ears out on that to just kind of see what's going on. He's been dealing with that toe injury, so I don't know if it's an injury on top of that or if it's the same one, the same lingering injury.
Right.
So who knows, man? I had a concern though that I do want to bring up before we go off air. We're going to be about another 15 minutes or so. We'll keep it about an hour. But whose call was it to go for it on 4th and 11? Was that Vrabel's call? Arthur, who? I was so devastated by that decision, and I'm like, man, 4th and 11, and that wasn't favorable field position for us to set up Houston with, as far as our defense goes. So, what are your thoughts on that? I'm gonna start with Steph, man. I know you were watching that. What are your thoughts on that, my guy?
It's one of those things where sometimes you may have somebody in the booth that's looking at pure analytics. And we saw in the Eagles game where Doug Peterson literally had a field goal, chip shot. It would have been 17-17. And he chose to go for a touchdown versus not getting any points at all. Sometimes it's the common sense plays where you don't have favorable position. You should have punted yesterday. Because if anything, if you don't trust your defense, at least give them a chance. There's a chance that they could get a fumble, interception. Anything could have happened. They could have stopped them on 3 downs. But if you don't have faith in your defense, that's kind of how, stuff like that comes about.
No, for sure, man. D-Weed, what are your thoughts, bro?
Analytics. It has to be analytics. There's no other reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be looking at the pen and paper like, well, what's the computer spitting at us right now? 4th and 11. Anybody knows on 4th and 11. You play football for the field, right? You play to control the field. There's no reason. There's no other reason to it. It had to be analytics. I agree with Steph, man. It had to be analytics. It had to be.
Right.
Unless they had a package that was specifically for 4th and 11, which
it should have been a fake punt. Fake punt or something. Don't just give up the obvious. I don't know, man.
Right, Scotto. What are your thoughts, bro? What are your thoughts on that? I know you were happy.
He loved
you
it.
were happy.
Do you even have to ask me? I'm just saying. Hey, my thing is the silver lining for us. I know our season was, dumpster juice, man, but guys, the NFL respect us regardless, man, because they know what we had to go through. We went through a lot of drama, soap opera this year. You know what I mean? We a better team than what our record shows right now. And and like I said earlier, I'm glad to to let y'all hold that trophy for a little while, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh, man, it's gonna stay with us for a little bit, man. As long as we got those factors on our squad, and and we're only just gonna get better.
Yeah.
So,
like my mom said, it sounds good.
Right. Hey, for my folks from St. Louis, man, you got to show me stuff. You got to show me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm proud of y'all, man. Y'all the AFC little brother, and AFC brother growing up. You know what I mean? So I'm proud of y'all, man.
Hey, appreciate that, big bro.
Hey, much love to H-Town, man. Much love to H-Town, man.
I wish we could keep that trophy with y'all. I mean, it could be like both ours, but man, it just can't. It just
hey,
can't,
we own a percentage of it because y'all come from us. I told you that last time. You know what I mean?
Hey, salute to Bud Adams, man, for switching cities, man, for relocating the whole state and everything.
Oh no, he went there. Oh, he went there on you. He said
we got to go. We got to go.
We got to go.
Hey, it's still here, man. I ain't capping. You know what I mean?
I got you, man. I'm showing love. I'm just messing with you, man.
Nah,
definitely, man.
We're gonna bring that. Man. I appreciate y'all putting me on here, man, for real.
Oh man, it's been a blessing, bro. You definitely brought that heat and some
big
energy,
blessing, bro. Big blessing.
Yeah. You definitely brought some more Two-Tone Zone subscribers and fans, man. We appreciate that.
Oh yeah, man. Most definitely.
We're gonna be playing with some new ideas and some things of that nature. So just stay tuned and Scott, I'll definitely keep you updated on things and some what we got in store. So definitely keep you updated, man. D Weege, man, how clutch was that, man? I was like, man, he must have went and got a shot, He must have got a shot in his arm or something. He's like, okay, I'm ready to go. He went and got that juice that AJ Brown got yesterday in the locker room.
And we all could use some of that juice sometimes, man. You know that.
Right. You had that McNair spirit, that Mississippi get it out the mud type of thing, man. I love it, bro.
I don't lift weights. Baby. I don't lift weights. This is God given.
Right.
All I gotta do is show up.
I show up, baby.
Right. Hey, D Weeze, man, I got a question, man.
What's up?
I got a question for everybody, man. So I'll start with you since you're a Titan fanatic like myself. Who are your two-tone players of the game yesterday, offense and defense, Tennessee Titans?
Offensively, I got co-MVP, co-two-tone player, AJ and Derek.
Okay.
Right? Because without AJ making that spectacular catch, who knows what would have happened in that game. I was watching that Colts and Jaguars game closely too. I thought the Jaguars were about to come back and turn around on the Colts, but they couldn't finish. So, I mean, shout out to AJ for making that catch. Shout out to Henry for getting his 2K. On defense, I'm just gonna give the whole defense gets the two-tone player of the game because they finally got some sacks, got some interceptions, make some plays. I give it to them. I give it the whole defense. I can't just pinpoint one player. I give it to the whole defense, man.
I got you. I'm gonna give the same co-MVP for offensive two-tone player of the game with AJ Brown and Derrick Henry for sure. Salute to those gentlemen, man, and everything they do for our team, man. Just putting the whole franchise on their backs, man. So I'll definitely give them their credit where credit's due. But as far as defense goes, man, I'm gonna pinpoint it, man. I'm gonna pinpoint to one player, man. That's Malcolm Butler.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Malcolm Butler, man. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with my guy right now, man. Also from Mississippi, man. You know what I mean? Like it's just that mentality that I love. If I was a football coach, all my players gonna be either from Texas or Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, different type of blood, just going through the system, man. Just straight grit, straight strength, and straight passion. Play it with pride, man. Get it out the mud type deal for sure. Hey, Sin City Titan, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that. Salute to you. division champs, man. So, ain't been like that since 2008, man. But hey, it don't matter, man. Hey, great things take time. You know what I mean? Good things come to those who wait. And
that's right.
I can't remember what I was doing in 2008. I hear you though.
You took a shot.
Oh man, I know what I was doing. I was watching CJ2K run all over everybody, man. That's what I was doing. Hey, Steph, bro. Steph, I know you're not a Titans fan, my guy. You know, you're here to give us that, be the moderator, have that non-biased opinion. Who do you think would get the two-tone player of the game awards for offense and defense? One or two players.
I put it to you like this: not a defensive player. I know Malcolm Butler came up big, but I would say the defensive coaches get the player of the game because the late drive adjustments and moving and shifting, calling different things on the last drive to really throw off the Texans' offense.
Yeah, I get it.
But
I get it, man. But just the ability. Malcolm Butler was everywhere on the field, man. He was everywhere on the field.
But you got to think though, he was everywhere on the field, but he was placed there by the coaches.
Well, I don't know. We don't necessarily know who the coaches are. Who's calling the shots?
You can see if you look at Vrabel on the sidelines. Vrabel's the one.
I don't know. We got Shane Bowen, Vrabel, Jim Haslett. Who's calling it? We don't know.
It could be anybody, but definitely
it's like Ompalupa's calling it or something. We don't know who's calling it.
Who did QT catch that pass on going down the fourth quarter?
Was it on a Dory? I think.
I thought it was Malcolm.
Yeah, hey, Sin City Titan. We did talk about that, man. We could talk about it again. As far as are you mean the OC or defensive coordinator? Just clarify. I want to make sure. But we did talk about us, hopefully, being able to retain Arthur Smith.
Right.
And another thing you want to look at next year.
Sidney Jackson. Hey, long time no see. Let me read this real quick. I ain't even gonna hold y'all, but this defense going to win us the Super Bowl. Ain't gonna win us the Super Bowl. Hey, have faith. Have faith though. Faith over fear, man. Have faith.
Scotto.
Hey, Scotto's don't want us to win a Super Bowl.
You didn't ask me the question either. I was waiting. That's all I'm waiting.
Let me eat, big bro. Let me eat, big bro. Let us eat, big bro.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button real quick.
I just wanted to chime in on what you said, though. You know what I mean? You said offensive player, offense and defense. I want to get offense. The offensive question he was asking, it's the Texas defense. You know what I mean? Our defense is trash. So please don't use that as something that's going to catapult y'all into the playoffs. Y'all need to.
But y'all got 2 sacks on us. Y'all got 2 sacks on us, man. Come on, man. I can't say y'all.
Our defense is garbage juice. Seriously. Okay.
Well, hey, it's not too much far from ours, man. Y'all was ranked 30th and we was ranked 29th.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I mean, not too far off, man. So
but the way y'all run the ball, it makes your defense rest, and that's better than a lot of teams in the NFL for sure. You know what I mean? When you're rested, you can play ball. You know what I mean? So they still NFL players regardless. You know what I mean? But our defense is credited for your offense, and that's all I want to say. Okay.
The crazy thing yesterday.
Derek, go ahead, bro. My bad. Go ahead, Steph.
The crazy thing, just seeing how Derrick Henry intimidates other people when literally you knew he was getting the ball. A lot of those Texas defenders, they were shying away from him. You could see them like saying, "Hey, go here," and he's like, "No, you come down here." Like literally, defensive tackles not really wanting to tackle him.
Exactly.
He's just big. I mean, I can't remember a running back that big. Earl Campbell was big, like within a girth thing. He's big physically and tall. So it's just like you got to pick your poison. Yeah, if you got a corner on him, he's just going to stiff arm him. If you got a big guy on him, he's going to let him get close and he's going to run him over.
Right.
So it's just like
he's definitely one of one, man. You definitely you won't see this again.
Anything like it.
You won't see it again.
He looks like a linebacker playing running back.
Hey, Scotto. Hey, Henry needs a sauce now. Henry needs his own sauce now, baby. Henry needs his own sauce now, Scotto.
I hear you, man.
He needs a hot link, man. I'm a hot link connoisseur, man. So he needs a hot link. Earl Campbell's they're okay. They're okay. but I want them El Tractocito hot links. You know,
nah, man. Hey, but a lot of respect, man.
Have you ever seen him back his size with that kind of speed?
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Eddie George didn't have his speed, but he's like comparable in size, but just didn't have his speed.
Physicalness, they ran the same, but that speed ain't the same for sure.
How big was
I don't know what it is.
How big was Eddie Lacy? How big was Eddie Lacy?
Lacy was just that. Eddie Lacy was spinning. He wasn't fast like that.
He wasn't fast. He was just big, right?
Yeah, he was just that guy that did the spin move all the time.
Josh Jacobs.
No, he's not. No.
Hey,
Henry has giddy up.
Ricky Williams
outran.
Ricky
Williams.
Williams.
We can't find nobody.
Well, Ricky wasn't his size though.
Ricky Williams was 6'1".
There's nobody.
Yeah, but 6'3"
There's nobody.
6'1".
Yeah. But
I'm just saying,
in the NFL, them tall running backs though. 6'1", 6'2",
he
tall
has.
running back.
What game was that when he ran for 99 yards? I think it was Jaguars.
Yeah, the Jaguars.
Where he had that tiptoe ability. You couldn't knock him off balance, but he was running full
one of
speed,
one.
and people can't do nothing. Like, I don't know. God just made him out of like a mutant stuff. I don't know.
Hey, nah, definitely not. Hey, I'm telling you, he's God sent, man. He knows it. You know, he's a very humble guy, man. He knows he's nothing without the man above. You know what I mean? So definitely, man. He does a lot for our franchise, man. And I heard he's a great just member of the community, man. Whether that's in Nashville or back home in Florida, you know what I'm saying? So
humble guy.
Yeah, salute to that guy, man. Because to have all the juice in the world, you know, he definitely is humble. You know what I mean?
I meant Brandon Jacobs. That's what I meant. Y'all remember Brandon Jacobs from the Giants?
Okay.
That's why I meant not Josh Jacobs, Brandon Jacobs. I remember Brandon Jacobs from the Giants.
Yep.
Yeah.
That boy was 6'4", like 260, just like.
Yeah.
Charles Ward, he brought up Jamal Lewis. Yeah, Jamal Lewis was cold-blooded, man. When we had those AFC Central debacles, man, and just straight battle royales, man, he definitely put a hurting on us.
Yeah.
But Derrick Henry is in a whole different class, man. In a whole different plane. Whole different, man. One of one, dude. Facts, man. I want to jump in this real quick because Sin City just wants to make sure that we talk about this. You know, he thinks that, or he or she thinks that that Arthur Smith is not going to come back. So fingers crossed, man. I'm always trying to be faithful, man, but I don't have the highest hopes in that happening. But hopefully we can. Definitely.
Even if y'all lose them, if all else fails, Vrabel is a good enough coach and a people person to get a quality OC. People like Vrabel. He's that good of a coach that, I would, if I played the offensive coordinator, I'd be like, look, let me call plays for you. I would definitely.
Right.
He seems like he treats his staff well. He treats his players well, and it's a family.
Man.
So,
he definitely does.
I don't think y'all are going to have problems finding a good OC, even if that OC leaves.
But the reason why we hired him, was because we wanted to stay within that Matt LaFleur designed offense we had, before. So we didn't want to move away too far from that. And so if we can find another guy that can just, the next man up mentality, hey, this is how we want to kind of run our offense, make sure that everything aligns, with that. But I agree with you, man. He's a smart decision.
Do y'all have any coaches on the inside of the Titans organization, whether it be scouting department, whether it be special teams, wide receivers coach, that could possibly step into that role?
I'm sure there's definitely something, man, because we had no idea that Arthur Smith was going to be a candidate. It was more just so of, once Matt LaFleur left, Arthur Smith was outside waiting in front of Vrabel's office, to let him know that he wanted to be a candidate for the position. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know. But definitely moving forward, just, if that happens, we got to hire a defensive coordinator and an offensive coordinator. So there's going to be some moving pieces going on this offseason. But we'll definitely be covering that here on the Two Tone Zone. Ain't that right, D-Weez?
Always, baby. Let's go.
Right.
I'm
let
back,
Tight
baby.
Nation know.
Tighten up.
Tight Nation know what up, man. We're here to stay. Definitely, man.
Hey, I just want to say one thing. Shout out to my boy Tom. Mike Allstar was a big running back then. They did the same thing, man.
Yep.
Tampa Bay. Those couple years.
Legend. Hey, he's a legend. That boy's a legend.
Was he a fullback? Was he a fullback or a running back?
Both.
He was a fullback that played running back.
Both. Wherever you needed him, he was there. That boy's protecting Ward Dunn at all times.
That year that Ward Dunn, I think he broke his foot or broke his hand. He filled in at running back, and then it was like he broke the rushing record for fullbacks
Yeah.
For a single season.
Yeah.
He was
We
nice.
was about a running back, and my boy just chimed in and said, "Don't forget about him." So I just want to make sure I said that for him, man.
No, for sure, man. Hey, Mike Allstar was definitely a beast, man.
Legend.
I'll definitely
Legend.
give him that.
Legendary for sure.
Hey, did you know that Derrick Henry was the first? So out of the 8 members that are part of the 2K club, he's the first that had to get over 200 yards to accomplish that feat.
Oh wow!
Right, and he had plays taken away from him yesterday too. You know, on a bogus holding call on Aaron Brewer. You know, I mean, he could have had 3 touchdowns, potentially had 300 yards yesterday. So,
and the only one with back-to-back rushing titles.
Right, man. So, man, salute to that man. I definitely don't want to feel like we're not giving that man his credit, bro.
No. Yeah, right.
Salute to that man, and you know, we had a bunch of history markers and accolades that we definitely exceeded, surpassed, or just gained yesterday, man. So moving forward, man, I'm just so proud to be a Titans fan, man, especially from where we started from. You know, from where we had our issues. You know, we came back. You know, we had our run, and then kind of went on the lower scale. You know, started getting things back here on the upwards trend with Mariota, and then just evolving into what we are now, man. So as a dedicated, loyal, diehard Titans fan, this is just a blessing for us to see. You know, I know D. Weese can definitely agree with me on that.
It's special. It's definitely special. It's definitely a good feeling. Finally, when we win the AFC South championship. And this year we can correct the mistakes that we had from last year by not making it to the Super Bowl. Right. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That defense ain't the same. We don't got the same defense as last year, but we can carry this momentum going into the playoffs. If we beat the Ravens, that's going to be a big stepping stone for us. Watch out.
Right.
Watch out.
It all comes down to, getting those stops, man, getting off the field on third down, getting those turnovers, giving us one or two more opportunities to win the ball game. You know, if it has to be a shootout, I know our offense is definitely willing to take on that competition, man. But our defense is just gonna have to be sound, man. We gotta make do with what we got. David Long Jr., man, we expect a lot of you in these playoffs. Malcolm Butler, keep it up. Amani Hooker, keep getting those interceptions, my guy. Shout out to Amani Hooker, man. Yesterday, picking off Deshaun Watson.
Y'all don't want any shootouts, man. Y'all run the ball and keep the offense off the field.
Well, I mean, definitely, man. But just that's in a perfect world. You know what I mean? That's in a perfect world. But what we've been subjected to and what we've been seeing as Titans fans, and for those who aren't Titans fans, you definitely been seeing that our defense is vulnerable. We are susceptible to giving up big plays.
But that's what I mean. In the last podcast, I said when y'all run the ball like y'all do, y'all take the other team out of what they're used to, and that's what makes y'all unique. And y'all got to stick to it. Don't do anything. You know how teams mess up their recipe, trying to come out and throw the ball and do too much. Run the ball.
Right.
You keep the other team off the field, man.
I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that. Run the ball. Yeah. Definitely keep Tannehill under 30, man. 30 passing attempt.
Yeah. You don't want him to
right. But D. Weese, man, I agree with you though. Getting Darrington Evans involved, McNichols, they're gonna be kind of pivotal.
It's gonna be true. It's gonna be true.
It's especially open up the screen game too. The check downs and the flats. You know what I'm saying? So like we've been talking about that. We've been harping about it ever since we started this podcast 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? We've been harping on it. That's so key for us, man. But I got faith, man. I got hopes that we're gonna make it happen.
For sure. Look what y'all did last year. Still think y'all can duplicate that. It's just gonna go away. And then the thing is, those passes are gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
If you run the ball and stick to what you do, your recipe, you'll be okay. That's how I look at it. And then they give your defense confidence for sure. You know what I mean? So it's a total team game. You know that.
Right. So, it takes all 11. It takes all 11. Yeah. And then all 4 phases gonna be on point. Yep. Coaching, special teams, defense, offense, all 4 phases got to be on point. Big facts, man. I love this game of football, man. I really do. I'm getting excited right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Hey, D. Weeze, man, you got anything you want to talk about? You want to harp on, man? Hey, once again, I just want to make sure you know this. The show ain't the same without you, bro. So I definitely love seeing you come through that stream, bro. Definitely.
Hey, nah, bro. Hey, I appreciate you holding me down.
Always.
I appreciate Scotto, man. Hey, bro, you definitely held us down. My boy Steph down there, Sports Choice Plus, man. I definitely appreciate y'all, man. You know, like I said, man, I wasn't feeling the best. You know, I had a couple of days I was out. But you know, watching the show and the Titans, it brought me back to life. You know, it brought me back to life, man. You know, God is good. Like I said, God is good. Everybody, you know, I'm happy that the Titans made it. I'm happy that we're just here. I hope no coronavirus stuff happens to these playoffs. I hope, you know, whatever happens in these playoffs is clean. Everything is clean. Everybody deserves to play the best. To be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yep.
Right. So I just want to see clean football. I want to make sure everybody stays healthy. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to all the subscribers. Just shout out to everybody, man. Without you guys, man, we wouldn't even be doing this. We started doing this because we was like, man, let's just talk about it live. And thanks to you guys. Hey, thanks to everybody. We appreciate y'all. We just appreciate y'all, man. Big time.
Salute. Yeah, you can definitely find us on Instagram too, _official Two Tone Zone. You can also find us on Twitter. That's at Two Tone Zone Show. So feel free to stop through and just send us some love. Send us some love, and you know, in all different facets. You know, different social media outlets. You know what I mean?
Yes,
hey, Scotto, man. Once again, bro, I want to make sure we give you your flowers, bro. Thank you so much, bro, for coming on the show back to back, man. Just giving your insight and giving your love to the show and just talking that Texan talk, man. We appreciate that.
Appreciate it, man. You know, I'm just a hood dude from Houston that know my sports, man.
We gonna get you. We gonna see you tune back on here too. We gonna be on here a lot more times, bro.
Y'all talk that basketball though, it's gonna get real, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, but hey, still shout out, man. I got a lot of people, man, on your road, man, back home. They were like, hey, man,
we appreciate that love, bro.
But hey, if Peterson leave though, what do the Eagles do? Do you keep Wentz?
From a standpoint of, I honestly, I want to get rid of him. I want to get rid of him. To me, I've seen
my nephew wants him going too. So my bad, Steph. Go ahead.
No. I'm just being straightforward with you. Wentz has lost the locker room. When you got players, and you know this, I'm sure you know this in Houston. When you start hearing rumblings about your starting quarterback, there's a loss of respect there. And wherever it goes, your team leader, the guy with the C on his chest, if guys start to leak information, guys start to go to reporters independently and say, hey, look, blase is happening. Remember last year, Fletcher Cox and them came out, oh, Carson Wentz is our guy.
Yeah.
When do you have to say that? When did they ever do that to Brady? When did they ever do that to Manning? You know, I know those are goats, you know, but just in general, just think, how many other quarterbacks are getting called out by their backup offensive linemen?
Right. No, you ain't lying, man.
You know,
you ain't lying. There's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah.
Hey, why they sit Hurts for? What happened with that?
So that was a tanking. I'm just gonna be straightforward with you. I know Doug Peterson lied and said they were competing. The draft position that if we would have won that game, we would have been 9th drafted. We slid all the way down to 6 with our first round draft pick.
I got you.
That's what that was. Because think about this: you're letting a third string guy get in quality snaps. Ask yourself, how often do you see a third string Titans player come in at the quarterback spot when you're in a playoff game that could potentially stop the Redskins from, not Redskins, but the Washington football team from going?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, as a coach, you're always trying to win the football game. It's different in football because it's not like a lottery system. Wherever you finish is where you finish. If you got the worst draft record, you get the best draft pick. So I think, it was, and I think he lost the locker room too. When you got the offense, Jason Kelsey calling him out saying, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in sports. And he's like, well, elaborate. What have you seen? And he's like, well, nothing. It's just like, well, you know what it is. That's when J.J. Watt. Remember when J.J. Watt came out last week and was like, these people paid the hard-earned money. We need to compete. That's along the same lines of that.
Yeah.
So it's sad. As an Eagles fan, it sucks. I'm thankful for the Super Bowl he did bring us. But at the same time, you got to think, what else has he done besides that Super Bowl year? Football is a year-to-year thing. What have you done for me this year? What have you done lately?
Yeah.
And we gave Carson Wentz money too early. That's our fault.
Yeah.
We could have waited to pay him this offseason.
Yep.
Yeah, that man got paid big time.
Yep.
Yeah.
He not tripping.
I heard he demanded a trade today, though.
Yeah, he did.
But that's
It was
the
either
thing,
him or the coach.
Yep. They
you
both
have
might
to
be
ask
gone.
yourself,
I predicted
to
he
be
was going to be
funny.
gone before the season was over.
Not
ahead,
trying to be
Steph.
funny, Carson Wentz, even though a lot of it's not his fault, a lot of it is his fault. When you try to play Superman every play, you was leading the league in interceptions with the Broncos quarterback. If you would have kept playing, you would have led the league in interceptions this year.
Yep.
And he has to take responsibility.
Speaking of that, if Drew Lock didn't throw one interception yesterday, if he would have threw the interception, Drew Lock would have been first, and Wentz would have been second. That's crazy.
Yes. So,
Right.
and when you look at it, Wentz doesn't have the fundamentals there. A lot of times we were looking at Josh Allen like he was the guy that shouldn't have been drafted, but it was really Wentz. Besides that 1 year where he tore up his knee, he was having an MVP season. What has Wentz done?
Right.
And this is an Eagles fan.
Sure.
It sucks.
For sure, man. Hey, and this is another conversation that we're gonna definitely have, because once it's off season, we're definitely gonna be breaking down, the NFL. Any and every team in the NFL we're gonna be breaking down. So this is definitely a conversation that could be revisited. Absolutely, man. There's definitely a lot of concerns in that locker room, man. So hopefully they figure it out. Michael Rossi wants to know when the big show is with the upload. So that'll be tomorrow. Mike, that'll be tomorrow. So I'm not sure what time, but go ahead and check the time over on Titan Uploads channel here on YouTube. But we'll definitely be on there tomorrow. We're excited for that show. That's going to be a big one for sure. Shout out to my nephew. He's in the chat right now, Zabo. Shout out to him. Huge Eagles fan for whatever reason. I don't know why.
he got that Michael Vick on there.
Right. He loves Michael Vick, man. That's his boy.
Mike Vick had the best game in Eagles history when they played when they were the Washington Redskins
versus McNabb.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That is true. D-Weez, man, before we end the show, are you happy with our defense moving forward into the playoffs? Based off, our defensive ranking overall, but yeah, just yesterday's game, how we were able to produce, but it still wasn't enough. I mean, it wasn't enough at the end of the day, but I said, we don't want to be in those situations, but if we have to be, let's make it happen. But do you think that we should be satisfied, or do you think that the best is going to be brought out of them in the playoffs? That's my question.
I'm satisfied. 11-5 record. You can't be mad at that. I'm satisfied. They did enough to keep us at the number one spot, get us into the playoffs. Now, like I said, moving forward, I'll have a better understanding of our defense once time comes, right? It's about to be clutch time on Sunday. It's going to be clutch time. Whether you're going to show up, or you show up and show out, or you're not going to show up at all, right?
Right.
So I'm satisfied with them. There's a couple games I'm not satisfied with still, like that Browns game still hurts. That Steelers game still hurts. Especially to see how these teams played after we played them. It's like why we should be at least 12-4, 13-3. There's no reason for that.
Right.
So
I think we do match up well with the Baltimore Ravens for this weekend. Hey, stop Lamar Jackson.
At all costs.
What I mean? Stop that man.
Keep him
off the field.
At all costs. At all costs.
Let's hope he's cramping. You know what I mean? He has to go to the locker room. You got a boo boo. Whatever he was doing.
That man drank some Pedialyte and came back quick. That man, he chugged like 2 Pedialytes, came back quick.
Right. Man, he know he had to go back there and take care of business. I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave him alone in that regard, man. But that's definitely who we're seeking to, to stop. That's who we've identified as being our number one target. If that's just coming from us as fanatics, but who's ever making those play calls on defense, that should be the number one priority. And then after that, it's Mark Andrews.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the in between, over the top stuff, with Snead, and then with Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown.
I'll take it though. If their number one receivers are tight end, I'll take it. That's the better matchup for our cornerbacks.
Right.
Because we all know, we all seen how our cornerbacks match up against these number one receivers.
Man, I'm glad we got Christian Fulton back. We got Dory,
Yes.
Malcolm. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
I'm definitely excited and grateful for that, man. So, fingers crossed, man. But all faith in God first and foremost. But anything under that, Titans, man, I'm always gonna expect them to come through victorious and come out on top, man. But I think that about concludes the show for tonight, man. Scotto, thank you, man. Salute. God bless you again, my brother. It was fun.
H-Town, stay down, bro.
We're gonna do it again, man. We got, like I said, we got some ideas and some plans and preparations in the works, but good things take time. We want to do it right. So definitely appreciate you, my guy, and your time.
Locked in, man. I appreciate both y'all. D-Weez, I can't wait to see you again, man.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Hey, we're gonna talk that basketball too, bro. We're gonna talk that basketball, man. We're gonna talk it. We're gonna talk it.
For sure.
Hey, man, you can't miss me. Baseball, hockey, basketball, it don't matter, man.
Right, man, for sure, man. Well, hey, that concludes this episode of the Two Tone Zone. So once again, thank y'all so much. Hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the Two Tone Zone. Subscribe to it. Hey, folks, I'm gonna drop our intro and outro. Let me know what you think in the comments about it. Shout out to Square Visions, man. My boy Garrett over there took care of business for us and whipped up some great images and some visuals of the Two Tone Zone. So salute to my man.
Hey, Sports Choice Plus too, bro. I know you ain't in here no more, but hey, shout out to you too, bro. Always good having you, man.
For sure. Yep. And all of our brothers over at ISN.
ISN proud.
ISN proud, man. Infinite Sports Network. Go check out Infinite Sports Network. Make sure you subscribe to each and every one of their channels, y'all. All right, y'all. God bless, man.
Hey, shout out to my boy Foster Tate too. Hey, Foster, bro, I appreciate.
Let's go.
Hey, Foster, I appreciate your blessings. And hey, I was watching last show. I appreciate you in the comments. Hey, Foster Tate, bro. Hey, salute to you, man. I appreciate all the love, man. I appreciate it, bro. I forgot to shout you out. I was like, I forget somebody. Foster Tate, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, shout out to all my H-Time fans. I mean, my H-Time people in here, man. All of us, man. Josh, all of us, man. They came through and represented for sure, man. I appreciate
they did.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yeah, they came in, baby.
It's important for subscribing, man, for all this just time just being in the chat, man. This is huge for us, man. So Scotto, you did your thing on that one, bro. Salute to you for that.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Show up and show out, man. That's what we do, right?
My man.
I love it. All right, y'all. Hey, I'm gonna drop this outro, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it, man. Tighten up indeed. God bless.
Tighten up, baby.
Y'all have a good night now.
Already.